Love and happiness. Yeah.
Love and Happiness's mission is to help 1 million couples. Dr. Vandy and Barbara Coulter are committed to reaching this goal. Love and Happiness has helped thousands over the years through their couples retreats hosted in various cities. Their popular Central Florida TV show, Love and Happiness, has been syndicated in several states. Their best-selling book, Love and Happiness: The Secrets to Creating Winning Relationships, has helped singles and couples alike learn how to build better relationships. It's no surprise that the Coulters are in high demand. Relationship subject matter experts featured on talk shows and national radio looking for real relationship talk. The Coulters' virtual retreats, social media platforms, Facebook live streams, and relationship masterclasses have put their mission to help 1 million couples in their sights. Dr. Vandy Coulter, Ph.D., a certified counselor with presidential status in the American Association of Christian Counselors, has a virtual counseling practice that serves CEOs, pastors, entrepreneurs, individuals, and couples who want their relationship to go from bad to good or good to great. Dr. Vandy has been featured on Fox, CBS, NBC, their national affiliates, and various media for the impact from his virtual counseling as a response to the relational health crisis during the COVID pandemic. Dr. Barbara Coulter, real estate investor and serial entrepreneur, complements and contributes to what makes Love and Happiness the perfect blend of real talk and fun. Our motto is no one gets their happily ever after. They create their happily ever after. After the hurt, after the disappointment, you can still be happy. And Love and Happiness is just what you need to have.
Love is. Wait a minute.
Hello.
Good morning, Facebook family. How are you today? Happy Saturday.
Yes, happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
We are just coming off of celebrating 20 years of marriage.
20 years.
Yes, on this week on 7/21.
Yeah.
So we are so excited about just talking about today's topic because I think it's a key to having a long-term relationship, having things work out. And we are going to be allowing my wife. And I thought about something with today's topic, which is...
Okay. What's the real way to a man's heart?
Right. And we're going to talk about what a real way to a man's heart is. But I thought we could talk about next week is what every woman wants a man to know.
Ooh.
Yeah. You like that?
I love that.
Yeah. So that way we can actually get...
Hear you. Here's
Yes.
the girl, buddy.
Yes. And then we have to take notes. And ladies, you'll be able to share that, and say, this is what I'm trying to say. Get your act together. This is what we need. Yeah.
This is what we need.
Yeah.
Because our wants become our needs, right?
Yep. So, but today it's what's the real way to a man's heart.
And ladies, some of y'all know your mom taught you it's through his belly. Yes, she
way
did.
to a man's heart.
Your mom, your grandma, your aunties.
Lies.
My mom said the same thing. I'm like, well, I can't cook, so it can't be that. It can't be that.
You can cook real good now.
Now, yes.
But you didn't cook then.
No, not 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not the apple pie. It's not the potato salad. It's not the how you can throw down in the kitchen. It's not.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's not the other thing either.
But if you didn't hide that you couldn't cook from me, you probably wouldn't have got to
That's
board.
another story.
Yeah.
Another story.
She did hide.
I invited you.
Kicked me out of the kitchen when we first got married all the time.
I need my work space.
She was on the lifeline getting directions. So,
how do I make
eggs? How do I boil water? So
I follow direction really well.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah. So okay. So now last week, what prompted this particular topic is we were talking about things that you asked an amazing question, which was, basically what's the way to a man's heart. And I gave the first piece of it, and I want to really kind of help women who particularly, and I would love for those of you who are watching, not just to share it, but also to tell us what you think the real way to a man's heart is, because every perspective, when we all kind of share stuff, it really becomes magic.
Right. And a lot of women think I'm serious about, a lot of women think, because our elders told us that it was through his stomach, the way he eats. Mm-hmm. Some women think it's through the bedroom, how she throw down in the kitchen or how she throw down in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. It is none of the above. Many times you look at TV and movies and the wife is hot and she helps her husband get his way to the top and she's cute, she's all dialed up, but he leaves her from someone who's tore up to the floor up. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, she's not all dialed up. She's just plain Jane office lady or plain Jane church secretary or plain Jane. She's nothing that he wanted his wife to be. She's not that, 36, 24, 36. She's not that. It was something else.
Yeah, it was.
Let's hear it.
All right. So, okay. Well, let me just back up for a second. Everything you just said, because men are so visual, we were generally speaking, and everything I'm going to say today is general. This is not an all-inclusive. If you go, my man's not like that. If he's in the room and go, I'm not like that, then you can be free, because it's not an all-inclusive. I don't think males in and of themselves are monolithic and just the same, and you can broad brush us and all men are dogs or all men are this. All right. So having said that, though, what I will say is men are being so visual that we are drawn often, usually, by what we see. Mm-hmm. And everybody has a flavor. That's why Baskin and Robbins has all the different flavors.
31 flavors.
Right, because some men like them tall, some like them short, some like them
thick,
some like them slim, some like them sweet, some like them with sass. Everybody likes different flavors.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And the important thing is, when you are trying to make sure you're trying to make a life decision, you got to know your flavor, know what you like. Okay, because that helps tremendously. Even if your flavor changes over time, because sometimes you're more drawn to poison than you are to the things that you should have. And if you realize that everything you get into is toxic and it's poison and it's always causing me sadness and heartache and disappointment, then that's when you need to change your flavor for sure, right? But even as you evolve as a person, certain things aren't as important. When a man is under, say, 25 to maybe even up to 30, he may be way more visual, where she may not have to be 40. As let me make the positional point before you tell me your thoughts. I'd say 25 to 30, he's way more, it's more surface, whereas it's not about how deep she is. It's not about how well versed in the world, or if she's kind of like really got a world view on things. I think it's really kind of basic. It's like, do I like you? Do you like me? Am I drawn to you? How you make me feel, how I make you feel. And I think when you get to that like 30 to 40 window, you're looking at it more like substance.
It's not eye candy still at that point?
It does play a part, but I think that there's a balance that's generated, that seasoning over those seasons creates, that when you get seasons in your life, you start to go, all right, that's cool, but I also need substance. I need a conversation. I need somebody who has something they can contribute besides, bringing maybe some money to the table to help pay a bill. And I think that plays a part in so as you can see, there's a real evolution of kind of what's important, the priority shift. And then when you get over 40, you definitely hit a level, generally speaking, of maturation, where you really like, listen, I need somebody who's goal oriented like me, somebody who's really can be a partner. What do you bring into the table in terms of the vision for life, not just, how you're going to make some money today. Excuse me. I just think that that's really important to the balance of what we're getting ready to say, because I say it to say all the seasons kind of don't always look the same, but generally these are the things that I've observed that men generally give women the keys to their heart through.
So are you saying that the average woman, the real way to his heart?
Oh, I haven't said it yet. I was saying all that to say the things I'm about to say are the keys.
But when some women come to the table trying to get his heart, and she's using tools like the food or sex, or she's using tools like her money, those things they'll never work out.
Well,
do they work out, or they just using her? She'll get him. She'll get him, but she'll get him, the physical him, but she won't get the other part of him that she wants to reach.
Okay, so
am I saying that right?
You are. You're saying it perfect.
Like she'll get his time because hey, he gets a booty call. He gets his time. He'll get a good meal. He'll get his time.
Right. For
a weekend or so, but she's not really getting what she's after.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if she's bringing emotional equity to the table.
It does, but to the okay. So first, I'm a little thrown because I'm looking into the screen and I'm just saying, man, my wife is so beautiful. Oh. I'm looking at you like, man, I'm a blessed man because this is a beautiful woman. And all right, so but all I was really just trying to circle back to touch on is those things that draw him, the sex, the whatever it is. Those things aren't like, oh, you can't keep them off of that, because I don't think that people are trying often to keep people with it. I think it's more like these are the things that just happen that make the synergy, the energy, the connection, or whatever those things are, right? And when you get connected, then you got to have these other elements I believe I'm going to talk about. Okay. As I said last week, when I share thoughts, I don't share them from my own opinion. I share them from my observations. Okay. So I'm sitting in this chair by myself, but I'm actually sitting in this chair with decades of listening to men in the barbershop. When I was a teen, I'm listening to the adults. When I'm an adult, I'm listening to the adults and above and beyond, and on and on and on. And I keep saying there was a time when this high top fade was just, so there was a reason to go to the barbershop.
There was, yes.
But what I'm saying is that I'm sitting in this chair as an observer, not as a opinionated person. Okay. All right. I'm not even necessarily focusing on an opinion as much as the things I've observed, the things that I've heard from, thousands of men, and seeing the similarities that are like, those things are true. And I'm just going to phrase them differently, but I think you'll follow. I started with understanding last week, so I won't belabor that. The reason that I felt like understanding was one of the keys to a man's heart is because most men in the old movies, and you got to understand, men were writing these movies at the time. There weren't a lot of women writers back in the old black and white movies and all that. But when he's sitting on the bed of somebody saying, my wife doesn't understand me, that was because a lot of men desire to be understood. And I believe that's still the case today, is that misunderstanding causes a man to interpret that as you don't love me like I need to be loved. And if I can just, and it misrepresents what he means by understand. My wife don't understand me, because in those old movies, he's sitting on the bed in the bedroom. So people go, oh, she don't understand him sexually. Maybe she won't do this, and the other, but this chick, she'll do stunts, she'll swing. So it misrepresents his meaning of understanding. It's not that the wife's not doing the sex right. It's so many other elements. So it's layers into what understanding means. Yeah. And without each individual's understanding being heard, right? See, because men cry differently than women, and that's what confuses women. Yes, is women look at men as if we are not emotional beings. We just cry different, and our cry is usually quiet. We cry silent. And or in loud noises that you are looking at the sound instead of their heart. So you're focused on the bass in their voice instead of the pain in their heart.
You better preach. I'm just saying, but you dropping some deep nuggets.
Yeah, it's real, right? Right. And so what frustrates a man And when he's saying he's not being understood often, is what he's saying is you don't see me, my heart. So it does drive him into the arms of others in those old movies. But like you said, it didn't mean it was sex that he was often saying she's not up to par.
Right.
But women interpreted it as he needed something more. So men are dogs, this and the other, and some work. But I'm saying generally, like if a woman can just take the time to really get to learn his heart and learn that he hurts different than her. She gets to cry. She gets to, roll on the floor in tears. She gets to feel things that he generally isn't going to do. And when he does, it's totally taken out of context. It's like, man up, because we grow up and that's how we,
moms always say that when you're a little boy, child care center, you don't
cry, man
get
up.
Be a big boy. Boys don't cry. Get that. Come on, man. He's a nice boy. Let him cry. Let him tap into his emotions.
And so the tears are still happening on the inside, but then we put an outer shell on that.
Because you're taught that.
Yeah, because the world teaches us that. Absolutely. And men reinforce that to other men. It's like, oh, you're soft if you're this. And so there's no place for a man to really to show his heart except to the person he loves. But by that point, it's hard for him to really show it in a way she can hear it and understand it. So understanding is a big one.
Yes.
Now there's another. There's two other points that I'm going to drop today. Maybe a third if time allows, because we always like to end at 11:30. And
let's leave the controversial one at the end. You think?
No.
Okay.
No. This is real relationship talk.
Okay.
All right. So the next one, point wise, that I wanted to discuss was the real way to a man's heart is when there's a woman who says yes more than no. Yes is like a drug to a man. He will get addicted to a woman who says yes more than no. Now, most people's mind goes straight to the gutter and think I'm talking sex and think I'm talking, oh, she just says yes to every stunt and every dream and every fantasy that he has. No, that's all fun, but that's not what I'm talking about. When a man has a dream, because men are visionary, and the woman he gives his heart to, maybe if she doesn't see the vision and knocks it down or makes him feel like
stupid or
that's not gonna work, or
for so many years it ain't happened yet.
Yes.
Not believing in him.
Yes. Having confidence in a man. When you could just say yes to his dreams, yes to his passions. Now I'm not saying say yes to everything, because that would be irresponsible.
He wants to be an astronaut.
Or he wants to take all of your life savings and I think this is the big one, honey. No. And he rolls the dice on your future. No, that I'm not saying say yes to that, but when the man feels like the woman is really able to say yes, like he just feels like, when he asks something of her heart is there, like, yeah, whatever, it's like, it's crazy how I learned this through my relationship with you, how much that meant to me, because you were always so willing to do things. I remember one year it was late at night.
Oh yeah.
And I forget what I was feeling.
You were making a burger. It had to be like 1 o'clock in the morning, like 12 something. And we lived in New Jersey. It was down the street from a supermarket called Pathmark, which was 24 hours. And you wanted we put out of tomatoes or red onion.
Simple.
I'm like, I can go run and get it real quick. It was literally.
And she was dead serious.
I'm like, it's down
I think I even tested it and said go.
Like, yeah.
Did I say go?
Yes. It's like, why would you not want to lettuce, tomato, and red onions on your burger? It's like, yes.
Yep. And you went and got that, and
yes,
I was like,
I insist, like it's on the street.
Who is this woman?
It was down the road, literally.
If she'll do that for tomatoes, what would she do for something that counts? It was something simple. And it was a secure environment. It wasn't like it was in a bad neighborhood or nothing.
No, but I'm growing. 20 plus years later, I'm always saying, I can go get it.
Yeah.
We have a CVS down the road.
Now I'm like, sit yourself
still.
I'm like, have several seats. That antsy person, that that you must be tripping. It's 2 in the morning person. All y'all take several seats. Y'all all sit down. No. But back then, I really wanted to hear how much yes was in you, because I was like, first of all, I didn't ask. I didn't say, I'm out of tomato. Hey, it's 2 in the morning. Would you go get, whatever it was. It was red onion. You went and got it. I'll defer to you.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is just knowing that there was that support, that I'm down with you, I'm rolling with you, I want to say yes to you, yes, whatever you need. That is huge. You did that and still do that to this day in a way that I know that speaks a love language to me of your ability to just have a heart. Like it will be foolish of me to think at those times. Yeah, the Eddie Murphy thing. What do you want?
Whatever you like.
Yeah, what do you want to eat? And she still, that gets on my nerves. We could do a whole show and that get on my nerves. I'm like, what do you want? I want to take her out to eat. And I'm like, what do you want to eat? Whatever you want to eat. No, I don't. I don't want to say.
There's sometimes I go, okay, I got to move for this. I want Texas Roadhouse. I want this. I want this.
1 out of 100 trips to a restaurant. Other than that,
whatever.
We playing the same card game.
Like, I don't have
what do you want to eat?
Like,
whatever you want to eat.
I'm open. And I'm not like I'm.
And I have to. But if I'm taking you out, this is our issues right now. But if I'm taking you out, I'm doing it because I want you to be fully satisfied. I don't want to end up in Italian if you want to seafood.
Yeah.
And so I go through this all the time, and she's like,
okay, I'm not high maintenance.
Yeah, but you are, but not in those areas. Yeah. So let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay. So the yes is a big deal. And that your yeses help me realize, like, whoa, this really is like helping me feel special. And that helps me feel even more connected to you. And you weren't saying yes to get something. You were saying yes out of love. And that love was transcending and carrying over in a way that I was like, well, then I guess I have to be better.
And my mindset,
at loving her.
And my mindset, because you are 100% pure from day one. And it was easy to say yes to you. It's easy to continue to say yes to you because of who you are. When I say you're my Lord with the small L, small L, I sincerely mean that. I mean, I just always.
But when you say pure, what do you mean?
Because you always, from day one, we were just dating.
My motives concerning you.
It was like, here you are. I'm on speakerphone. Let's find out together. Who's, and just give me your passcodes. And
just showing you that I'm down.
Right. I mean, you took care of. It's been 20 years of marriage. I don't remember if you did it when we was dating about the gas, but I know for marriage, you've taken care of my gas, and I've never had to pay for gas in 20 years.
Right.
That's why I'm not sure if it happened before we got married, the gas.
Right,
I know
the clothes happened before we got married.
The clothes, so 20, and the hair, nails,
21 years easy.
Yeah.
21 and a half, most likely.
Right. And you've always taken care of my, and gas is expensive for my car. I drive it, it's like, it doesn't matter. You always taking care of my gas. And I mean, how can I say no to you? You're always, there's times when I don't want to get my hair and nails done. I'm like, no. You like, no, you always, here, take the card, here, do this.
Right.
So I never had to worry or stress about, the light bill, the gas bill, or I need my nails done, got the money.
My money, his money.
I never had to worry about that. It's all, even when I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
No, you need to pay her. Go, go. So how can I say yes to not to say yes to something like
So then let's put it in a situation where the man hasn't gotten to the place that he's showing as much of his heart to her, because you're saying that because you saw my heart, it was easy for you to be. But I would argue, and I believe I would win, that that's who you are. Whether I showed up in your life or not, that's who you are. All I did was give you permission to relax and express your heart.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So there's some people who don't have that.
I didn't
heart.
cast my pearl among swine.
Right. Well, not this time.
The first time I did. Not that I was my first boyfriend. It was
right. So what I'm saying is there's sometimes it's a little more complicated in that the woman may be like, well, I can't say yes to everything because I don't like what I'm necessarily seeing from him. And I don't feel he's meeting me halfway yet. And this is where it gets kind of scary for you to have a successful relationship. You get in it And then you realize that you both are holding back cards and you both got stuff hidden and you both got side plans and side conversations. And then you wonder why you can never actually create any healthy relationship together.
Right.
You will never create. You need to just kind of go back to a powwow and say, listen, what are we doing? Because if our goal is to create something healthy and happy, everything we're doing is screaming we're going to end up without that.
But can I say something too? You're absolutely right. But I want to piggyback, because I had a horrible relationship prior to you, like 3 years before you. I remember that whole say yes. And I learned to say yes to you, like, because it was, you talked to me because I used to cook, not really cook. I did 1 or 2 dishes for my ex-boyfriend. I would do 1 or 2 things that he didn't appreciate. So I was taking that a part of me away. And you and I had a dialogue in the kitchen one day. You came to visit.
I'm only laughing because you didn't know how to cook anything.
I didn't.
She was making like canned ravioli and chicken.
It was chicken wings because I had a deep fryer. It was corn on cob. It wasn't a lot of stuff, but and I remember giving you this. Here you list. I don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. You was like, whoa, what? But my point is, some women, they do hold back because of a negative experience they had, and they gave it to the wrong person. But actually learning to say yes and just, okay, I'm going to trust this relationship because I saw your fruit.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. But a way to his heart, I'm thinking is just, it's being open-minded, and it's also understanding and saying the yes. And
okay, cool. Fair enough. I think it's all great. I just want to get the other 2 real quick. Because I do want to get to the next topic next week, which is from a woman's perspective, right? So for a man, also, a man, his heart will really like go deeper if a woman, now this is going to might seem on the surface weird. The second thing I said was a woman who says yes more than no. And I explained that. But another key to a man's heart is a woman who knows when to say no.
Yes.
Because when a woman understands not just when, but how to say no, it challenges a man. If you've ever seen a situation where a guy was dating one woman for 5, 6, 7 years, never put a ring on it. Then they break up. She finally says, you're wasting too much of my life, or whatever happens, or he leaves her, goes with another person, and in a month and a half, they're engaged.
Married her or something.
It's because not always, he was cheating, he had her on the side. Because then if that's the case, no. Right. Usually that other person had a bar, had a standard to say, if you're going to rock with me, it needs to look like this. If you're going to be with me, it needs to be this way. Right. I can't tolerate. And a woman who says no to a man challenges him in a way that causes him to come up higher.
Yes.
If a woman lowers her standards and make it easy on him, he will not be challenged. And the woman who iron sharpens iron, the woman who challenges him in a healthy, positive way to be a better version of himself is the woman he's going to be like, now that's the woman for me. Because I know for a fact, everything about my evolution is how your love challenged me to be better. Because your love made me say, man, I got to love her better. I got to do better. Man, she loves me so much. Man, I got to love her better. And it caused me to keep on challenging myself to be a better version for you. Yay. So that's when I say a woman who knows when to say no.
And also, my grandmom used to say, it's a little old school, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? So if you're willing to shack with him, that's old school. But if you're willing to shack with him and give him all your goodies and give him all the best of your 20 and 30 years, and then you get off 39, 40, he ain't marrying you, he going to somebody else.
But see, that's not always true.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is,
give him all of that.
What I'm trying to say is, here's my position on life. I understand that there are people who are married right now, and I spoke to one, and this person is in ministry actually, and they've been married, say 30 years, but the first 11 or 12, they were, in your term, shacking up, and he wasn't in ministry yet. They was just there, and he was, not in leadership or anything like that. But their story is 11 or 12 years or whatever of this, and then it ended up in marriage, and it's 30, 35 years later. All I'm saying is, I don't think it's a fair truth to say, why buy the milk and if he gets the cow free, as much as I don't say it's not a truth. Okay. I just said I don't think it's a fair truth. I think a greater truth is that a woman who makes herself available and doesn't challenge him to step up to the plate, and if she allows him to stretch out the best
Had
years,
2 or 3 kids
those good
with him,
years,
he's not married to you.
and then she's allowing herself to say, if he changes his mind, I now have to bring a lot of complexities to the next relationship because I got these other children and situations. She has not challenged him to be more responsible by saying, no, part of your responsibility is to be fully connected to me. And
fully invested.
And I don't know if it's based on, well, if I'm giving you sex, then that. Now, we prefer that you were not, but there is a universe that we live in where sex is a part of many relationships before they get married. A lot of people don't have the testimony that we have, that we're praying our children have. And so that being the case, it's important to understand the sex part sometimes still comes out as a winning formula.
Right.
But the key is, if you're not challenging him, you're making a mistake. So while we would love to say, don't do it, the reality is people are standing there doing it already. What do you want me to do? I can't unscramble scrambled eggs. So what I'm saying is to just understand, are you challenging him to be better? Are you challenging him to be more responsible? And that's not by, balling a fist up. That's by you just saying, you know what, I need more, and I need to know what I need. So that way, if my needs, not my wants, but my needs are not being met, then I can make an intelligent decision. And I'd rather let go of nothing that looks like something than spend 7-8 years wasting my time.
Amen.
So last point real quick is, and this is important because most people are going to continue to mature. I think a real way to a man's heart is a woman who is so pliable and discerning that she knows who he is in different seasons, because that's how you stay fresh. That's how you keep it fresh.
Don't ignore what you see.
Yeah, because if a man starts out saying, I like XYZ,
but
the mistake is but that's what he likes in season A.
Okay.
As he grows and evolves, and as he matures, or as he changes his mind or his perspective, which is his prerogative, a lot of times women will still fixate on, you said you always like this.
Right.
And he's like, give me room to grow. And so it kind of goes back to point A with, if you don't have understanding, it creates that problem. Understand who he is in different seasons, because he may now be more affectionate than he was before. And that's not the cue to go, oh, now you want to hold me? No, it's the cue to understand he's coming around and being more understanding about allowing him to change. And if he becomes a better version, and you keep referencing, the old him when he was short or rude or this, but you've already decided to stay with him, discern he's trying. If he's trying, that has to count for something. Otherwise, he'll try somewhere else. So I just think that a woman who can just kind of see things in the right season, in the right context, I think that's key. Yeah.
Amen.
All right.
That was good.
Yeah. Hopefully you all like that, and we'll share that. And we look forward to next week, because I wanted to get out of the way, because I really, 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 truly want to hear what every woman wants a man to know. Because this way, it's your weight to carry and mine to just react and respond to.
Hear ye.
Please.
Yes.
And she's going to do it personal. She's going to be like hitting me with her personal Christmas list, instead of saying, I want to speak for the ladies, sitting in the seat of the beauty salon,
I want the ladies,
listening to the ladies.
I'm 51. I've heard it all.
Yeah.
But I'm open to hear some more, ladies. So if you want me to, bring something to the table.
Yeah.
DMs, text us, email us, whatever you guys do.
So we absolutely can't wait to hear what every woman wants a man to know.
That's right.
We'll see y'all next week.